So here's the scenario. You're scrolling on TikTok or Instagram Reels and you see someone promoting a beauty product. You may recognize the person, you may not. But what you notice is that there's a song playing and it's a song that you recognize and it's enjoyable. You're watching the video, you're enjoying it, you come away feeling pretty positive about what you just watched. This happens on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook. I don't even know how many times in a day. It's gotta be in the thousands. Part of the reason why you don't see that on YouTube is that YouTube is a lot more strict with their rules about what music you can and can't use. Well, this lack of enforcement on TikTok and Instagram has led a beauty brand into some seriously hot water with a brand new lawsuit that was filed on October 31st. We are going to go into it. Depending on what happens in this lawsuit, this could change how brands use TikTok and Instagram going into the future. We also have a couple of wild stories today, including an update on the Family Dollar and what is happening with the lawsuit due to extreme unsanitary conditions over there and the makeup that they sold and how customers will be affected. We have a ruling on that case. I also have a story that I wasn't even sure if I wanted to share it, but then the more I got into it, I was like, yes, we need to discuss this. And it's about fragrance use on babies. And even if you don't like babies, I mean, I love babies, but I know some people, you're just not baby people. Like, I get it. I still think that you're going to find this story absolutely fascinating. And then we get into the product report. We have the launch of a highly anticipated beauty brand by an influencer and all of the makeup releases this week. So if you are interested in all of that, hang tight. We're getting into it right now. Hello, my friend. Welcome back to What's Up in Makeup, where we talk about everything that is happening in the beauty space right now, all in one place. You don't have to search for anything. I have done all the searching for you, and I'm going to tell you what is happening. But before I tell you what is happening, we need to take just a moment to thank this week's sponsor. Hello, my friend. Welcome back to my bathroom. Today's video is very kindly sponsored by Nira. And as you know, this Nira device, the Nira Precision, has been in my life for over a year now. I've been showing this to you, sharing my before and after results for treating my under eye area, and I've seen some really, really great results. But my friends, they just came out with the Nira Pro. Last time I showed this to you, it was an unboxing. I now have 30-day results for you. Before I show you those, what the world is this? It is the first and only at-home laser to treat wrinkles. You can treat your forehead, like I was saying. You can treat anywhere all over your face. You can treat your neck. You can even treat the backs of your hands, and it takes literally 3 to 5 minutes. It just depends on how many areas you're treating. Nira works by gently heating the dermis of the skin, so it goes below the skin surface. And as it heats the dermis, it encourages collagen production, which then plumps the skin. Usually you can only get this kind of treatment in an office. It's sometimes more invasive, it can be injectables, all of that, but this is so much better because buying this up front is much cheaper than going in consistently and doing those treatments. And also you can do this whenever you want. You don't have to drive anywhere. You just do the thing. I've been doing the thing. I do it at night before I go to bed, and then I wake up in the morning, I wash my face, and then I do it again, and I'm seeing some beautiful results. Speaking of that, let me show you my current 30-day results. Now keep in mind that Nira is 90-day results guaranteed. So I'm going to continue to use this for the full 90 days. But if you try it for 90 days and you are not fully satisfied with what you're seeing, you can return it for a full refund. It is truly no risk. Using Nira is so easy. First thing you do is power it on, and then you choose your level. And the level that's right for you is the level that feels warm but doesn't feel painful in any way. Then you press the laser fully against your skin to begin the treatment. As long as you feel warmth, the laser is working. And the total treatment time should be about 5 minutes if you are doing your whole face, your neck, your chest, and the back of your hands. After you're done with your treatment, you're going to lock in moisture and maximize your results of your treatment by applying Nira's hyaluronic acid serum. When I do this in the daytime, I always follow this with a sunscreen. And like many brands, Nira is having holiday sales. The one that is going on right now is their pre-Black Friday sale. It is 20% off of any device on their site. There will be a link in the video description for you to easily click and go check it out. So thank you again so much to Nira for sponsoring this video. I appreciate you so much. And now, my friend, it is time for What's Up in Makeup. Let's go ahead and get into this lawsuit that was just filed on October 31st of 2023. I think that most adults understand that there is a copyright system, that if you are using a song that you did not create, there may be legalities to using that song. YouTube has been very strict about this since they started monetizing creators back in 2009. I have a very old channel called GenLove37. I use copyrighted music all the time, so often, like all the time. And that was because YouTube had zero regulations for music in the background or even as a major part of the videos that we were creating. But then once we started getting monetized, YouTube realized that they had an issue and the copyright system really started being implemented on this platform. But TikTok and Instagram and Facebook, of course, Meta owns Facebook and Instagram, they didn't really put solid rules in place. They have those music libraries where people can use music freely and it's available on the platform to insert into your content. But is this legal? Is it legal for even just regular people to use copyrighted music in their content? Is it legal for brands to use it as part of their ad campaigns? Is it legal to use for an influencer if they're doing a sponsored video for a brand? What if the influencer is just accepting PR and the video that they create with the PR doesn't even go through the brand? What if an employee of a brand creates a video on their personal Instagram page, isn't being compensated for it, but they use copyrighted music to promote a product from their employer? That is what's going to have to be decided by a judge because Sony Music Group has sued specifically OFRA Cosmetics for use of their copyrighted songs in ad campaigns. This is what they say. They are accusing OFRA Cosmetics of exploiting a huge number of Sony sound recordings to promote its products, including through use of influencer-generated marketing. According to the fashion law, Sony claims that OFRA Cosmetics has built a popular brand thanks in large part to the use of social media, including Instagram, and that OFRA uses their own promotional images and videos alongside popular copyrighted sound recordings and musical compositions. They say that OFRA has posted at least 329 promotional videos featuring Sony sound recordings specifically to their social media pages. This includes songs like Michael Jackson's Thriller, George Michael's Careless Whisper, or more recent songs like Doja Cat's Say So or Lil Nas X's Old Town Road. The key to their case is they're saying that OFRA used these songs in order to sell products, that it wasn't just background music, that it was a prominent part of the video, and that sometimes they even referenced the song in the caption, that the music was part of the selling technique, and that OFRA used this music illegally. But like I alluded to, they're not just going after the posts that OFRA Cosmetics specifically made for their social channels. They're also going after the posts that they reposted that were created by influencers. They're counting those. They're also going through hashtags and going to posts where influencers hashtag, let's say, OFRA gifted or something like that. And they're counting those posts against OFRA Cosmetics as well, where OFRA Cosmetics may not even been aware of the post when the influencer was promoting their products using copyrighted music. They say that the posts were created in exchange for a quote, free product, a cash payment, or a share in OFRA sales, because I'm assuming they're going after affiliate codes as well. They say that because OFRA, quote, actively reviewed, selected, copied, reposted, and shared infringing content created by its influencers, that they knew or should have known of the influencer's infringement. What's interesting is they are not holding the influencers accountable. There are no influencers listed as defendants in this case. It's only OFRA Cosmetics. The endgame for this is that Sony is saying that OFRA Cosmetics is infringing its copyright protected materials and, quote, robbing Sony of the licensing revenue revenues it is entitled to for use of the Sony recordings, thus undermining Sony's investment in its artists and their recordings and depriving those artists of revenue. The other big piece of this is that Sony says they reached out to OFRA Cosmetics back in September of 2022 and they were like, hey, dude, you need to stop this, but in a more legal way, aka a cease and desist letter. And they say that OFRA Cosmetics ignored them and that's why they're filing the lawsuit. And what you may be wondering now is how much is Sony suing them for? $49 million. Chief Operating Officer of OFRA Cosmetics, her name is Corinne Trezza. She did give me a statement on what is happening with Sony Music. I'm going to go ahead and put it on the screen for you now, but I'm going to summarize for you. Basically, she's saying that she came into control of the social media aspect of OFRA Cosmetics back in 2012. And she says that social media, has been a huge part of their marketing campaign and that the regulations and legalities surrounding the brand's use of social media has evolved with the times. She says that Sony did bring the copyrighted music to their attention in September of 2020, but she says this is very different. She says that they swiftly and promptly removed all of the content and all of the reposted influencer videos that had the licensed music. The lawsuit claims, though, this is what she's telling me, that there were additional instances after this, but the key here is they were posted by influencers and employees on their personal pages and were not created by OFRA Cosmetics. She's essentially, what I think she's saying is that they didn't know about these posts that other people were doing, that these posts after September of 2022 were not approved. That's kind of the connection I'm drawing here. And then in the statement, she stresses that they're learning from this experience and they understand the importance of refraining from using unlicensed music on social media. And then she also stresses that there needs to be more communication and education in the industry among affiliated influencers regarding the use of copyrighted music. And then she closes the statement by saying that OFRA Cosmetics is dedicated to preventing such issues in the future. I would love to know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Do you feel like OFRA Cosmetics should be held responsible for their posts that they've made, the posts that they have reposted, the influencers that were gifted products, the posts made to employees' personal pages? Should they be held responsible for any or all of those? Do you feel like Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok have a responsibility here? One thing I will say about this is I do feel like Sony Music has targeted OFRA Cosmetics for some reason to make an example out of the brand in order to deter this kind of use of their music for other brands out there. But again, I would love to know your thoughts down in the comment section down below. So the other day, I was scrolling on the site formerly known as Twitter, and I came across this post. And I was like, what is even happening here?
Good morning, TikTok. Let's get my son ready to go to church with his grandma. So first thing first, I give him a good wipe off. And then I start to get him dressed. I put on his diaper and then I add his lotion. Once I get that rubbed in, I do like to use Axe on my son because he is a boy and I want him smelling good. This is how I spray it on him so I make sure it won't get in his lungs. Hold on. I have my daughter record. Okay, usually I'll cover his nose and his mouth and his eyes and I spray all over his body like that right there. Now, he did start crying, but only because it scares him to spray. But he's good. He's happy. He's loved. Yeah.
This is the thing, is babies smell so good, like on their own. They do not need Axe body spray. It's just not necessary to make a baby smell like a man. That's just my opinion. I mean, parents are gonna parent. It's not illegal, but it really weirded me out. But apparently this is a thing. I mean, Hermes came out with a water-based fragrance not that long ago. Specifically, they say for ages 3 and up, but it clearly in the marketing looks like it's marketed to parents to put on their babies. Just this past week, Dior created a fragrance. It is called Bon Etoile, and that is marketed toward babies. It features notes of pear, wild rose, white musk, and was created by their creative director over at Dior. And supposedly, this children's and baby fragrance market is on the rise. So I looked into it because I wanted to see, is there any scientific evidence that spraying Axe baby spray, I said baby spray. It is not a baby spray. Is there any evidence that Axe body spray will hurt the baby? This is what I found. So there's an article, it will be linked below. It was published in the International Journal of Occupational and Environmental Health. This is what they said. Studies of health effects of fragrances in toddlers are lacking. These studies are specifically needed since it is generally accepted that very young children and infants are often more sensitive to chemical irritation than adults due to their developing physiology. It goes on to say, quote, in addition, infants and children have greater metabolic rates and activity levels leading to greater inhalation rates on a per body weight basis and higher inhalation exposure than for adults at the same air concentrations. While guidance and safety assessments for fragrance inhalation exposure have been proposed, more exposure data are needed for infants and young children to better estimate their risk to fragrances in consumer products. Now, this isn't just from sprays on the baby, it is also from very highly scented lotions as well. So what they did in the study was they created this robot and its name was Poppy, and they put it in the middle of a room and that was their baby, right? And they put all these little sensors and things in there to see what their robot baby, which I'm assuming didn't actually look like a baby, I think it was like a box or whatever, but they put all these different fragrance things around, you know, like in like what might be a regular room to see what the robot baby would be exposed to. And it was a very interesting article, but it kind of takes us a little bit too far off topic because it doesn't really prove that it's harmful to babies. It just shows that yes, they are taking in these fragrances and things around them. I did look at both of the fragrances from Hermes and also from Dior, and they are nothing like Axe body spray. They're water-based. There is some fragrance in there, but the fact that it's water-based, I think does make a difference. It makes them more like a baby lotion that might have some fragrance in it, where the Axe body spray is a whole nother freaking level. In my mind, not based on scientific evidence, what my biggest concern would be to increase the baby's likelihood of things like asthma because their lungs are still developing. They're still learning to breathe air. I mean, that little baby, was probably 3 months, 4 months old, and the breathing in those fumes could be really harmful. I mean, even though she's covering the baby's face, there is still fragrance going into the baby's nose and mouth. Also, Axe body spray, it is full of alcohol, which could be drying to the baby's skin over time. Also, the other ingredients that are in there may be drying or harmful to the baby's skin. So my end game on this is I would not personally, as a parent, spray body spray on my babies. I did, however, use scented lotion, but in hindsight, if I was parenting now, I would probably use an unscented lotion. But that's just me. I'd love to know your thoughts down in the comments below. So back in March 2022, we had so much discussion over this. Family Dollar. Okay, so if you're not familiar with Family Dollar, it's basically a discount store. So you may go in and buy like packaged food, like chips or cans of fruit or whatever, like all kinds of food, right? They also have all kinds of cosmetics. They have shampoo, they have household cleaners, and they have plates, and they have, and basically anything you could use for your home. They have wrapping paper. I mean, just whatever, all the home stuff. But it was found in their West Memphis, Arkansas warehouse that there was a rodent infestation. And I'm warning you, this is absolutely disgusting. So if this makes you squeamish, there's going to be a timestamp on the screen. It's also in the description box down below, so you can just skip ahead. It is absolutely freaking disgusting, but I think me from 2022 explains it really well, so I'm just gonna play that for you. I mean, it's like, how bad could it be, right? It's really, really bad. All right, according to the FDA, quote, conditions observed during the inspection included live rodents, dead rodents in various states of decay, rodent feces and urine, evidence of gnawing, nesting and rodent odors throughout the facility, dead birds and bird droppings, and products stored in conditions that did not protect against contamination. Oh my gosh. So let me tell you a quick off-topic story. When I was an elementary school teacher, we had a mouse or a rat or something die in the ceiling in the hallway, and they couldn't get to it. So we just had to wait for the smell to go away, and this was one mouse, I believe. It smelled so bad. I remember the kindergartners just going down the hallway like this because it smelled so bad. I cannot imagine how bad this warehouse must have smelled. Like, ugh, how many rodents did they find, you ask? I didn't ask, but I'm going to tell you anyway because it's just mind-boggling. More than 1,100 dead rodents were found. And what makes it worse is that, yes, it gets worse, a review of the company's internal records also indicated the collection of more than 2,300 rodents between March 29th and September 17th of 2021. Can you imagine the person whose job it was to not only collect the dead animals, but to count them?
Oh, my goodness. Inspectors are saying they found live rodents, even dead birds. The FDA says it is working with Family Dollar to begin a voluntary recall of affected products, which include some food, dietary supplements, cosmetics, medical devices, as well as some over-the-counter medications purchased in January or February from Family Dollar stores in Alabama, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Missouri, even here in Tennessee. We have been reporting on the problem of rats in Family Dollar stores in the Mid-South for years. And since then, several stores have been forced to shut down after the health department came in for inspections. We're going to stay on top of this, bringing you updates every step of the way.
There is an update filed to this story. It was filed on October 27th of 2023, and there is a settlement. But I personally would not be happy with a settlement. You'll have to let me know what you think. It was a class action lawsuit, and they consolidated that with other lawsuits that were happening related to this situation. It covers anyone who between January 1st of 2020 and February 18th of 2022 purchased any product from a Family Dollar store in Arkansas, Alabama, Louisiana, Mississippi, Missouri, and Tennessee, because that's where this warehouse shipped products to. If you purchased a product from one of these stores, you can file a claim and may receive one $25 Family Dollar gift card. So let me get this straight. They had poop everywhere and dead animals everywhere. It got into the products. Things were not sanitary. Things were not protected. If I had a problem, if I even just shopped at one of these stores, I get a $25 gift card to shop at the store that had the problems. What judge said that this was okay? It should be, if they're going to do $25, they should just do $25. It should not be a $25 gift card to the store that was the offender. Like, I don't get that. But if you do want your $25 gift card to Family Dollar, there will be a link down below. It is fdwarehousesettlement.com. You can submit online, or you can print it, fill it out, and send it in through US mail. As a result of the settlement, you will give up the right to sue, though. That's how these things work. You will not be able to sue, continue to sue, or be part of another lawsuit if you collect your $25. More information is on the website linked below. It is important to note that Family Dollar denies breaking any laws, even though there is photographic and video evidence. They still deny it, and that the court has not ruled in favor of any party. However, court documents state that the company has agreed as part of the settlement to implement, quote, extensive remedial actions to prevent problems that allegedly occurred, are you serious right now? Allegedly occurred at the West Memphis Distribution Center from occurring again. This will include the retention of a number of third-party consultants with experience in food safety. Like, you really need, it's common sense, people, and also regulatory compliance. The implementation of more than 60 standard operating procedures that should have been in place before. That's me interjecting. The creation of a large food safety department and the significant enhancement of compliance systems and processes throughout the organization. If you do want your $25 per household gift card, you only have until January 9th of 2024. It's not a ridiculous amount of time, and you should receive your card sometime after April 5th when the court case wraps up. This just blows my mind. I do not get this, because when there is photographic and video evidence, there's testimony from people that worked there. It's like, how are you saying you didn't do anything? How? I understand they're just playing the legal game, but that's absolutely ridiculous in my opinion. I think the whole thing is complete bullshit. The last time I heard of this particular situation happening with a company was Revolution Beauty, and it did not end well for the CEO and the president of the company. At least it seems like it didn't end well. Who knows what their severance packages look like, but they no longer work there. And this makes me a little nervous for Milk Makeup and Obagi. So if you didn't know, Milk Makeup and Obagi Skin, they kind of merged underneath a parent company called Waldencast. They're currently facing a possible delisting not not from the British stock exchange like Revolution Beauty, but from NASDAQ, which is based in the US. But it is the same reason that Revolution Beauty had issues. It's because they haven't updated their filings from all the way back in December of 2022. The Securities and Exchange Commission filings may include things like financial statements, reports, disclosure forms, registration forms, and other formal documents. The purpose is to provide transparency and information to investors, analysts, and regulators. The company did receive a written notice from NASDAQ warning of its potential removal, and in response, Waldencast has requested a meeting with NASDAQ's hearings panel in order to discuss the matter further. They said they intended to work hard to complete this paperwork from December of 2022. I have no idea what's happening here. But it's important to note that even if they work hard and they get this done, it doesn't mean that they're not going to be delisted. Waldencast only became a publicly traded company back in July of 2022. So this would be just July, August, September, October, November, December. It's not even that many months following that merger of Obagi Global Holdings and Milk Makeup. According to the publication Beauty Packaging, which is the article where I found this, it's linked down below, quote, the potential delisting raises concerns about the company's financial health and governance practices. It is not looking good, my friends. It is not looking good. I will definitely keep my eye on this and let you know what happens next. If you don't have children who play games online, you may not have heard of Roblox. Now, of course, Roblox isn't limited to just kids. There are some adults that play it, but their primary target audience is kids. Brands started using Roblox to promote their products. I mean, so many different brands, from fashion retailer Claire's to Walmart to Miley Cyrus, promoting fragrances for Gucci in a virtual world called Gucci Town. But most recently, e.l.f. started a new campaign to help teach kids how to be entrepreneurs, which I think is so cute. The game is called e.l.f. Up, and a press release states that it, quote, takes users on a dynamic, personalized journey to become successful entrepreneurs and cultural change makers, with a special focus on social impact and skill building for Gen Z and Gen Alpha. They hope to provide a digital sandbox for fostering creativity and entrepreneurship. In the e.l.f. Up game, players create and customize dream startups that represent causes and subjects that they care most about. And because it is personalized, it is meant to grant an advanced level of self-expression while supplying skill-building experiences like coding, gamified financial literacy, and raising social awareness. And I think this is so cool. My son is a little entrepreneur himself. Him and his dad started a company called Candy Coma. It is a freeze-dried candy company. You can actually order from it online if you want to. They have worked so hard. They actually have a kiosk at our local mall, and I'm so proud of both of them. So having a little entrepreneur myself, I love that e.l.f. is trying to help kids get this financial literacy. I think it's amazing. Now, I do want to mention though, because we're talking about e.l.f., there are some really weird rumors going around about e.l.f. right now and some connections that they may or may not have. The evidence on this is so weak and odd that I don't feel comfortable talking about it as of What's Up in Makeup as of this show. I am keeping my eye on it though to see if it's worth talking about. But I think when you're talking about something serious, it's important to not break a story ahead of time when there really isn't evidence to back something up. The Instagram account Estee Laundry does have a post about it, but I don't feel comfortable talking about it yet. Accusations against e.l.f. in this are extremely serious, so I think it's very important to be educated about it. I do think that it is extremely possible that a competitor to e.l.f. encouraged this to go into the media in order to bring them down because they are doing so well right now. But it is also possible that the accusations are valid. So I will keep my eye on it, and if I feel like I have something real and solid and legit to share with you, I will definitely do that. We have made it, my friend, to the weekly product report where I talk about all of the launches from this week. I do want to let you know that any links to products down below may be affiliate links, and I may earn a small commission if you click and purchase. If you choose to do that, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It helps me continue to do this job full time. And with that being said, let's talk about the releases. So let's start with the Hunger Games, Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. I am so freaking excited for this movie. I don't even wear nail polish, but I wanted wanted to share it with you because it is Songbirds and Snakes related. It is a collection by Butter London. It's 6 polishes and it's $38. I listened to the book. I'm very much an audiobook listener and I love the book. If you have read or listened to that book, let me know. I listened to it and I am so interested in seeing how they interpret some of the scenes for the movie. I need someone to talk to about this. So let me know down in the comments down below. Next launch is an influencer launch. It is the Beauty Bible by Carly Bible. It did launch yesterday. There's an 18 color eyeshadow palette, 6 velvet matte lipsticks, 7 creamy matte lip liners, 6 high shine glosses, 6 highlighters, and what they call a magical eyeliner. She does have a video on her YouTube channel and all of the products are available now. Burberry, which they've been off my makeup radar for a very long time. I had a Burberry bronzer that smelled really, really good a long time ago. I got in like a small one in like a gift set, or I got it for less than a full size, and I freaking love that bronzer. So I'm excited to see something from Burberry. This is the Beyond Wear Setting and Refining Powder. It does come in 4 shades, light, medium, and deep. It is $48.50, which I would expect from a brand like that. Another brand with a higher price point, let's talk about Pat McGrath. She has launched the Dark Star Labs 006 V4, Volume 4. The Blitz Sapphire Eyeshadow, Cyber Electric Eye Gloss, and 2 Lust Lip Glosses and in Aliangelic and Astral Moonflower. You can't get the products individually. She has 3 different bundles available. There's one with the 2 eye products, that's $46, or you can add 1 of the lip glosses in. That's gonna run you $65. If you love the blue, but you wanna go indie, let's talk Cosmic Brushes Winter Wonderland. Available on the 17th of November. It is 28 pounds, which runs you about $34 USD, $47 Canadian, or 32 euros. Apparently, I read in my research this week that 80s blues are coming back for the eyes. So this would be your head start on that. I also noticed in the palette, they have some really beautiful greens and purples as well. So if you're not totally into the blue, there are some other options in there as well. Next up, oh my gosh, I missed this. I missed it. It came out about a month ago, but I did want to mention it because it's gorgeous. This is the Prados and Lauren Good Day collection. If you're not familiar with this brand, it is native owned, and they're working to bring awareness, amplification, and collaboration with other native and indigenous artists through cosmetics. In the collection, there are 3 pairs of lashes, a pen eyeliner, 3 liquid lipsticks, 4 6-pan palettes, and a 30-pan eyeshadow palette. Prices range from $15 to $55 per product, and you can get the entire collection for $225 with the gift box included. If you don't want the gift box, you do get a little bit of a discount. You can get the full collection in just a smaller box. Adept Cosmetics. Oh my gosh, this palette looks incredible. This is the Element 115 palette, and I was reading a little bit about this. Apparently, the owner of Adept Cosmetics has totally been into aliens for a really long time, since watching The X-Files when she was a kid, so I think this is really cool. It is not limited edition, which is really good to know, and it will release for pre-order on Black Friday and will be eligible for promotional codes. It will cost you $65. The estimated ship date is going to be the week of December 11th, but they said it may ship sooner than that. Next up, Sigma released another collab bundle, this time with Alexandria Anele. It is her favorite set. It's $65. You're going to get in the set the E06 winged liner, the E54 medium sweeper, the E45 small tapered blending, and the E80 brow and lash, along with a Sigma travel switch. And I had that travel switch in a favorites and fails countdown. Sigma had sent it to me in PR. It is freaking fabulous as far as being able to clean your brushes on the go, or even, I don't even use it on the go. I use it like when I'm just getting ready, and you just kind of, it's almost like, you remember the switches back in the day where it was like a piece of foam or whatever in like a little tubby thing. This is so, I like it so much better. So you just take your brush and you go, and it cleans off your brush. It's so you don't get the previous color on your eye when you don't want it there when you're switching colors back and forth. Moving over to Sephora, we don't have a whole lot going on at Sephora and Ulta. They're done. They're pretty much done until January. In January, we're going to get a ton of drugstore releases. That's just what happens. But for now, just a couple of things that they've added. The Urban Decay Legendary Holiday Travel Makeup Set. I don't think I've mentioned this before. All these gift sets are kind of running together, but just in case, $29, you get 3 travel size bestsellers, 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil, an eyeshadow primer potion, and an all-nighter setting spray. And then from Tom Ford, the Soleil Lip Duo, it's $120 but you do get 2 full-size lipsticks there. It's the Hydrating Lip Blush and the Lip Balm. Then from Melt Cosmetics, they had the Halloween Town stuff launching at Sephora. Now the Christmas Town palette is over there. It's $60. Moving over to Ulta, this is new. This is the Estee Lauder Futurist Soft Touch Brightening Skin Sealer Concealer. They say it combines the performance of a long-wearing brightening concealer with the efficacy of skincare. It is $36. There are 30 shades available, and it really does look like a very nice shade range. Along with that, there is from Ulta Beauty, the Beauty Box Social Butterfly Edition. It's about $30. You get a 72 eyeshadow palette full of matte and shimmer finishes, 3 cream eyeshadow sticks, 3 blushes, 3 highlighters, 2 lip oils, 2 lip glosses. It's like, and a partridge in a pear tree. 2 eyeshadow brushes, 1 brow gel, and 1 powder brush. That's just the way I felt as I was reading that. Another brand new product from Fenty that just launched, perfect for the holiday season, great for New Year's parties, the Glitty Lid Shimmer Liquid Eyeliner, $24, 3 shades, really, really pretty, but so reminds me of Urban Decay. Like this could have come out from Urban Decay in 2018, so easy, but very, very cool to see this coming from Fenty. They look really beautiful in the advertisements for them. And then finally, L'Oreal is launching 2 new mascaras. As I was filming, only one was available on Ulta's website and the other one said coming soon. The washable one, the non-waterproof one, was available. Both are $15.99. They say corner to corner panoramic volume. Lashes are so fanned out, eyes look up to 1.4 times bigger. This mascara is clump, flake, and smudge resistant for up to 24 hours of wear. The multi-level bristle brush easily grabs each lash. So we'll have to see how it goes, because I'll trust L'Oreal ads for mascara. I'm hoping that some real people that don't put on false lashes try this out. All right, my friend, it is time for PR or purchase product of the week. And I just got this in PR from Unearthly Cosmetics. This is their Fall Magic Palette. Let me show you the box that it comes in. It's really, really beautiful. So when you open it, it looks like this, and then there's the outer packaging box for the palette. So let me show you the shades. Here we go. Very, very fall. It is what is on my eyes today. I will say, I feel like the color story on this is not beginner friendly. If you already know how to use eyeshadow, you're really good at putting colors together, I think that you're going to be absolutely fine. The quality of the shadows is really, really nice. The mattes go on very easily. They're easy to blend, but they don't blend away. Really nice pigmentation. The shimmers here, they're a mix of like toppery shades to more opaque shimmer, multi-chrome, duochrome kinds of shades. They're very, very beautiful. The issue here is that if you're not careful, you can very easily come out with a bruise on your eyes. These will perfectly create a bruise. Maybe good for special effects, but not really something that I want to intentionally put on my eyes. So I did have a little bit of trouble creating this because I did create a bruise. Let me tell you, I did. And I had to kind of go over it and redo it so that it didn't look bad. But that was my error. That was me just going with it. Because usually when I get a palette, I can just put whatever colors look good and it ends up looking good on my eyes. But this one, not so much. So I just wanted to warn you about the color story in that way. I'm sure a lot of you are really great at makeup and you'll be fine. But for me, it was like, oh, okay, that's what happened. I wasn't thinking. I probably shouldn't have put those colors together. But let me swatch a few of these for you just so you can see. We'll swatch Snug, we'll swatch Cozy, and we'll swatch Spice, and then Forage. We'll just do those 4 matte shades, and then we'll do 4 of the shimmer shades. So bloop, 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 bloop. There we go. There's the mattes. See, they're beautiful. And then we'll do, I definitely want to swatch this enchanting shade for you because it's freaking phenomenal. We'll just go the same 4. And one thing that's great about the way they design this is you can use this in quads. So if you can use these 4, 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 you can use these 4. If you're not sure what to do with it, these go together. But when you start going back and forth, that's when there's an issue. That's what I did. So here are the shimmer / multi-chrome shades. Bloop, bloop. Oh my gosh, that pink, I die. So this one right here, this peach one, is the one that I have in my outer corner-ish over here, and it's just a little bit sheer. But they're absolutely gorgeous, and I feel like that the multi-chrome, duochromeness, whatever's happening, isn't really showing up as much on camera as it is in person. What if I go this way? No. Not really. It's not showing up on camera and I don't know why, but they're really, really beautiful. The other thing that I wanted to mention is this was sent to me by Smashbox. This is their Always On Skin Balancing Foundation. Okay, so I clearly ordered it way too light. This is the shade F20N. They asked me what shade I would be and I picked wrong. This was based on the photos. It was wrong. So I had to mix this with my Hindash Carve shade in order to get the shade that I'm wearing today, and I still feel like it's a little bit light. The first time I used this, I used this as a concealer as this shade, and it worked great after I mixed for my foundation. So I can't really speak to this on its own because it's really too light. I can't functionally wear this, but I will tell you that the lasting power on this is beautiful, and I will tell you that it goes on very, very easily. It's a beautiful finish, very, very nice foundation. I just wish that I had ordered the right shade. That was my fault. Notable sales this week. As you know, Black Friday is coming up, so some of those Black Friday sales are starting to appear. Also, yesterday was 11/11, and companies are using Singles Day as an opportunity to have sales, and a lot of them are still going on today, so let's talk about it. Sally's Black Friday sale is starting early. It will run from November 15th to the 27th. You'll get up to 30% off on select products, and with every product sold, for Sally is donating a day's worth of nutritious food to help a child in Gaza, which my heart, like I think that's absolutely beautiful. It's a wonderful thing to do. Too Faced is having their Singles Day, 25% off site-wide until tonight. Gerard Cosmetics is having a huge sale on lip products, 60% off all of their lip products. Lancome Singles Day progressive sale, I'm pretty sure this is still going on, but I'm not 100% sure. 20% off of $75 or more, 25% off of $125 or more, and then 30% off of $175 or more. Space NK is having 20% off of almost everything using code 20OFF. That does end on November 13th. ColourPop has an add 5 items to your cart for $50 deal going on. And then Ulta also has a progressive sale going on. $50 purchase will give you $10 off, $75 will give you $15 off, and $100 will give you $20 off. And you're going to use the code SAVE whatever, so save 10, save 15, or save 20 to get your discount. That is going on until November 14th. And that, my friend, was What's Up in Makeup this week. Thank you so much for watching. And of course, thanks always to the What's Up in Makeup Facebook hunters. Their names are scrolling below me. Thank you so much for all of your submissions this week. I appreciate you with my whole soul. Our chat today is going to be at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Hopefully you can join us, hang out, talk about makeup with us. If you can't though, it is no problem at all. It's so easy to catch on the replay. You just need to go to my channel page, click on my videos, and then click on the live tab. That's where they're housed. But an easier way to do it is to just be subscribed. Then it'll just show up in your subscription feed. It'll be right there. The other thing you can do is go down in the video description. There is a link to the What's Up in Makeup live chat podcast that will feed through YouTube Music for you, and you can subscribe over there as well. So thank you again so much for watching. If you would like to hang out just a little bit longer, YouTube should be recommending a couple videos for you right over here to watch, including last week's episode of What's Up in Makeup. It's going to be right there. YouTube's going to pick the top one based on your viewing history. But if you do need to go because you got stuff to do, it is no problem at all. Thank you for hanging out as long as you did, and mad love to you, and I will see you in a video very soon.